The Chicago Bears got themselves a victory in their first preseason matchup. And man, do we have some takeaways. Antwaan Randle called plays in the second half. And man, did he do a damn good job. We still gonna talk about it though. And then we're gonna talk about some players that really stood out and made a case to make the team. We got some things to discuss because we got the mailbag episode today, not Saturday, but today, since we had the game yesterday. But before we talk about it, break it all down. Y'all already know you gotta hear the music first. What's going on, Chicago Bears fans, and welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. We are coming off a victory. It is preseason. I don't necessarily care. If we line up and play checkers, I still want to win. Don't care. But if you're tuned in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by C-Dub. C-Dub, you went to the game. What's the word?
It was a great experience, boy. Hey, I seen C-Ball, bro, but he was on the sidelines though. But I seen C-Ball. I seen
one
him.
more week closer, huh?
Yeah, he coming
for sure. But hey, C-Dub, we had some interesting takeaways from the game yesterday. And man, one of those takeaways was that Antwaan Randle called plays in the second half. And we could say that the second half was really, really entertaining. We got to see a little bit of Case Keenum. We got to see a little bit of Miller Moss in that second half. And the Chicago Bears kind of ran it up. You feel me? Made Ben Johnson happy. But when it comes to Antwaan Randle calling plays in that second half, and Ben Johnson mentioning that he's potentially going to hand it off to another guy on the staff as the preseason goes on. How you feeling about that? How did Antwaan Randle do? And how you feel about Ben Johnson handing over the duties to the other guys on the staff?
Oh, it is no question how good Antwaan Randle did. He shut the opponent out. The Bears shut the opponent out 27-0 in the second half, and he called a 27-point game performance in that second half. He was airing the ball out. He wasn't conservative. It was very impressive by Antwaan Randle. I didn't know that till y'all put it into the chat late last night, but I was like, wow, that was really impressive, even if it is for a preseason game. And what I feel about the whole situation with Ben Johnson is he's setting the trend. I think this will be copied because I ain't never heard this before. Maybe it happened. Maybe you can tell me, nephew, Mr. NFL Central. But I think I have never heard of this happening in the preseason, letting your assistant coaches go and actually putting something great on their resume. Like now that my man Antwaan Randle, he could put on his resume, hey, man, I coached a half of a preseason game, an NFL preseason game, and I went 27 points to day 0. You know what I'm saying? Like he could put that on his resume. And I think it's great that he's going to alternate giving play calling duties to different assistant coaches on the team. That's just an awesome thing for morale, for the coaches and the team. And I just think he's setting a precedent right here, and it's soon to be copied. Soon to be copied.
For sure. So around the league, it has happened before, but for the Bears, it has not happened often. We just gonna keep it like that. But I will say that as far as Antwaan Randle calling those plays for the Chicago Bears, it was very, very impressive. Courtney Cronin also reported that Antwaan Randle spent time in one of those meetings with the, offensive coaches and pretty much talked about and sat down with the quarterbacks to see what plays these quarterbacks that were going to be playing in this game what plays do they like? And obviously, you seen what Miller Moss like. You seen what Case Keenum like. The man went 9 for 10, over 100 yards. So that was very, very impressive to say the least. And I think it's definitely something that's good for morale. You look at Ben Johnson last year, he looked like the a-hole. He looked like the guy that was just stuck up and just disgusted with everything. But you actually got to see a glimpse of him on the sidelines just having fun and celebrating with his team. And I think that when you talk about morale, I think that's a great point to have, because while you're going to pay attention to those details, or you're going to harp on those details, you can absolutely show your team, you know what I'm saying, whether the guys are coming or going, because you're going to have to cut that roster down to 53. Hey, we still going to have some fun out here and give you guys an opportunity to show yourselves. And while we talking about guys that went out there and showed themselves and pretty much had a good performance, C-Dub, name some players that really stood out to you in the flesh. In the flesh, brother, because we know who we talked about, but in the flesh, who stood out to you, bro?
Hey, first, and I think I'm going to do them in order. I'm going to go with Caden Davis first. He was catching balls down the field. I like the contact catch with the back shoulder fade up the right side of the sideline. Maybe it's the right for me because I was looking through the end zone. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just the right for me, but I don't know what it was for you guys. Okay. Up the right sidelines. I love that catch. It shows some intelligence. It shows some know-how. He got a tough heel decline, but I like what he did in that first preseason game. Jamry Chroma. This man had 6 tackles, 2 sacks, including a strip fumble, tackle for loss on 4th and inches or 4th and 1. Man, this was a welcome sight. This was what I was cheering for mostly the whole fucking game, is the defense. They surprised me all game. They were very impressive.
I don't mean to cut you off, but that interior penetration was present from the start.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. The defensive line pressure from the Chicago Bears, not always hitting with the sack or anything like that, but they were all up in all. And those were pretty good quarterbacks. When you want to talk about Shedeur Sanders, what's the other guy? Sean Watson, and even Gabriel, which I thought was just awful. He was just awful.
He was.
But this guy right here made splash plays, bro. This right here really got my eyes open. So I'm gonna continue to keep my eye on my man. I'm gonna just call him Jamboree. Fuck it.
Steve-O thought you was gonna come out here and name him Crowbar.
I might do. And it's some other guys that, Maurice Alexander, I thought he was okay, and some other guys, but Benny Bishop Jr. is a very interesting thing. He got 2 interceptions in that game yesterday, but then I came home and did some research. He got a 3-game suspension coming up for illegal substance for the season, but you could say it's only 3 games. He's a cornerback. We got a lot of cornerback talent on this team. It's going to be hard for him to really get out in the roster, get in the lineup and play on the field, but this is a great start to build up. Now, what could you do on top of this? Because you only got 3 games till you're suspended for 3 games. And they look at Ben Johnson really liked him when he caught that interception running up the sidelines. That was when I seen a lot of emotion from Ben Johnson, when Benny Bishop was catching, intercepting the ball and trying to take it to the house. So it's going to be interesting. The kid didn't play last year because he was on the practice squads. I forget what team it was. He did play in 24. He got 4 interceptions. I think he was 10th in the league in interceptions. Wasn't good enough for the next year. Spent the entire year on the practice squad. Got cut in July, I think, this year. Bears pick him up. And now the guy's got 2 interceptions in a single game. Now you must build on it because it is crowded in the cornerback room. It's crowded.
I agree with you, and man, appreciate that insight too. But definitely all them players that you was naming, but it was definitely I'm gonna echo those same sentiments when watching Chroma. And bro was coming off that edge with his hair on fire. And then the interior pass rush, man, Gallimore was a presence back there. He wasn't getting home, so he got to have the almost tag on him right now. but that's still very, very impressive to see how James Lynch was penetrating the line, how Gallimore was penetrating the line. Even Javon Dexter had his run after his first few snaps, you know what I'm saying, at the start of the game, but they obviously just took him out. And then you gave a few plays to Austin Booker. He made a couple moves that I really, really like. Not necessarily the greatest impact of some of the others, but still you seen a difference in speed. Did you see a difference in speed at this game?
I definitely seen on the defense as a whole. I
Mhm.
seen better defense and being sure of themselves. Like they wasn't thinking too much like you seen a lot last season. Yeah, I'm agree with you. I seen a difference in speed.
For sure. And then on the offensive side of the ball, since you mentioned most of the defensive players, I'm gonna go to Savon Ahmad. He only had 2 carries for 17 yards, but he the one that took that screen play to the house. That
Yeah.
screenplay to the house. I was like, I bet I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Bears. They had 3 of them big boys out there, 300 pounders, just looking looking like bulls on the bull rush. What's it called? I forgot. I can't think right now, but them big guys was moving down the field,
Running of the
man.
Bulls.
Yeah, bro. They was the boy.
Hey, Rojo was okay too.
He was okay.
Rojo was okay in that
Yeah,
first,
he
the
was
first
okay.
couple drives. Yeah,
I gave him a solid B
yeah.
yesterday.
Somebody, I mean, is the number 3 order running back? Is that up for grabs? Is he
We
fighting
gonna
for his life?
find out.
Tell me right now, is he
2
fighting
more
for his
games.
life?
We 2 more games. Hey, he gonna play. I think he gonna stay around and play special teams regardless, because I think he good on special teams.
This is my question before you go to the next segment. Go to the mailbags. Did Rojo do enough? If you do think it is a competition for the 3rd string running back, did he do enough to be like, okay, you cool, you good? It's
Not enough.
and to that. Wait, no,
Not enough.
I think he was good.
He
I think
was
a
good, but
lot
here's
positive.
the thing. My man's Ahmad, you can't ignore that, bro. You take a screenplay to the house. Rojo had his opportunities with some catches, and none of them went to the house. You got to think about that. He is in the league. I will say he's in the league.
Okay,
but I'm not gonna write other guys off just yet. Is what
I'm trying to be fair, and I'm also trying to be biased at the same time for Rojo.
For sure. But hey, man, that is it from us. Now it's time to get into the mailbag, man. After this victory, hey, C-Dub, we got somebody on the list. Talking about some, they might be a bigger homer than you. This first voicemail is from Mario. Hell is you time out? Here it is.
Hey, Chicago Bears Central. Good morning, fellas. Hey, Bobby, C-Dub, Big Steve, and Big Kev. This is Mario, a.k.a. Uncle Moko the family. Hey, I'm calling because I was just looking at the last episode, and I wanted to ask you a question about this kid, Jaden Loving, out of Wake Forest. I saw somebody mention him once before, but not very much. I just got finished watching tape on him, and I'm thinking this kid is shorter, Akeem Hicks. He's a monster at the line. He's been making tackles in the backfield and just killing the running game for people. But anyway, man, let me know what you think about this kid. I'd like to see you guys, do a dive into him and see what's shaking there. But anyway, like I said, this is Mario, a.k.a. Uncle Moko, Bears fan since 1977. I think I'm a bigger homer than C-Dub. But anyway, peace out, fellas, and thanks.
For sure. Shout out to Mario for the call. C-Dub, what you got for us?
What's up? You definitely ain't a bigger homer than me. I am the homer of homers, my buddy. But you can join the ranks on the real. But look, what you got, Jaden Loving. Let's just talk about the play from yesterday. He had 2 good run tackles yesterday, but he got to do more than that. It's a lot of people vying to be seen on this team. They want to be a part of this trending team in the NFL. So it's going to be tough for him to get on the squad. He does have nice measurables at 6'1", 300 pounds. Nice strength. You see how he performs in the running game. He got to do more, though. I like him. You got to do more, though. I just say it's other people. Did you see my man Jamboree? You see my man Jamboree with 2 sacks? In a strip, he did a strip sack and a tackle for loss on 4th down and one. So, hey, come on now. Come on.
Hey, it's definitely like that. I definitely want to see a little bit more out of him, Mario. You don't sneeze at 44 total tackles from a defensive tackle in college. I think that's solid. But to see those point, you got to bring some of that over to the NFL. Right now, he's to see those point, he's in a crowded room, bro. It's crowded. They got guys that they paying to Grady Jarrett who ain't even touched the field yesterday. You got Javon Dexter. You got Gallimore who looked like he might be a monster. You got James Lynch who yesterday pretty much outshined him. So we're gonna have to see. I'm not counting the kid out because I believe there's always a way for a guy to make a name for himself. But we definitely gonna have to keep our eyes on it and see. But I'm not mad at it. We appreciate the call, Mario. See, Doug, we finna get into this next one. This next one is from the first lady. She chimed in. This next one is from Shay. Here it is.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Shaq and everyone else. C-Dub, all y'all. Hayes and Bobby, Steve-O. Basically, this is First Lady and aka Red, aka Cache, of course. And I am calling in because, well, first I want to talk about the stadium. And I feel like as far as the stadium is concerned, see, I've been around since the 80s and I was here to experience the Super Bowl and everything like that. And I was like fifth grade, sixth grade, somewhere in there. So I was at the age to see the Super Bowl, to experience the Super Bowl, participate in the shuffle, all of that. And I know a lot of people that's watching the games now don't know anything, really about anything else but that stadium. Of course, we started in Decatur, but a lot of people are just familiar with Soldiers Field, so they have issues. And I understand, and the key word is understand. I understand where they're coming from. However, my main thing about that is that I really prefer them to, have a revenue. They should be making money. And I feel like I hate that they waited so long because they should have did it after, the Super Bowl. That's when they should have went into owning their own stuff because I was just thinking about that and all of that land that's on Cicero that they could have just built on that just, shopping malls and stuff took over, which right now it ain't even no benefit. I don't know. If you're from Chicago, you should know what I'm talking about, where the drive-in used to be. It used to be, it's just a whole bunch of land and they could have took over that land and they still could have been in Chicago. But as of now, it's, they still could take, I don't understand, and then back then it was different type of mayors. So I just really don't understand why they didn't do it a long time ago. But unfortunately, it wasn't done, and now they have to go to this. And at that point, do what you got to do. I'm all for what the Bears is about to do. So whatever they decide is fine with me. Other than that, I am so ready for football. So ready. I can't wait to listen to you all do the watch party, but it's just been a dry summer, and I'm just ready to see some football, period. And I can't wait to see what the Bears got in store for us next year. As far as the injuries, let's get it over with. Let's go ahead and if they're gonna get hurt now, and let them be able to go into the regular season healthy. Hopefully, we can salvage something. Other than that, I'm up.
Appreciate the call, Miss Taylor. You was definitely in the chat kicking it and talking your stuff yesterday. But I'm gonna just say this. I know I'm not the only one that believe the Bears don't really want to do this. I know they talking a lot of smack about Hammond and how they've been working with these guys, but wasn't the original timeline was to make a decision early summer? Bro, we about to get into hoodie season. We about to pull out the Scullies. Y'all still ain't make no decisions. Now, Kevin Warren did mention that it took 11 years for the Minnesota Vikings to get a stadium in place and then start building. George McCaskey told his ass, I ain't got that long. But then now there's new reports that Roger Goodell has stepped in, fired a lot of the lobbyists that was trying to be a part of the, trying to be a part of the Arlington Heights project and all that stuff. and now Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, is stepping in, and y'all still ain't made no decisions when Indiana is literally giving you a buffet of an offer. Y'all don't really want to do this. They don't really want to do this. But I'm with you. It's cool with me because I'll probably go to a game, but let's keep it a buck. I'm gonna be right here kicking it with the family. C-Dub, what you got?
Yeah, just a travesty. If that do happen, if the Bears move to Indiana, I just think it's an overplay by the front office of the Chicago Bears. I don't even want to discuss it. It's just disgusting to me if the Bears playing in a state like Indiana. Present company accepted, nephew. But look, Shay, that's an interesting point about the opportunity the Bears had after winning the Super Bowl. That is a very interesting point. You had Harold Washington. Some say maybe still the greatest mayor to ever be the mayor of Chicago. I think he was the mayor. It's either him or probably Daley.
Daley had Poole.
It was one of them two.
Poole.
Yeah, that's a great thought. And maybe, it would have been a better price. You would have got a more bang for your buck. That movie theater was humongous, for the lack of better words. It was big as hell. I actually missed that place, going to that place, watching movies in the drive-in. I ain't gonna lie, hiding in the trunk and then popping out when we get in there. It was fire, bro. It was fire. Everybody did that. But yeah, that would have been a great opportunity. Great thought from the first lady of the Chicago Bears Central, bro.
You already know. Appreciate the call, Miss Taylor C-Dub. We gonna get into this next one, though. This next one is from The Dark Knight out of Virginia Beach. Here's Milton.
Milt.
Yo, Chicago Bears Central, them Cognac boys. What it do? Milton The Dark Knight from Virginia Beach calling again on this preseason. Ready to get back to football weekend. As always, let's go ahead and get into it. Are you ready for some football? Because I'm definitely am. Especially when it comes to Tebow. So I'm just ready to see what he's be doing if they play him any of these 3 preseason games. Maybe they'll put him in for a series, maybe in that last preseason game or even the next one coming up next week. We'll just have to see. But I'm really intrigued and interested in seeing how the Lions going to play, especially Mr. August, Tyson Bagent. I know all the Bagent baddies going to be out there cheering him on. And then the second half, Case Keenum's supposed to be coming in and finishing out the rest of tomorrow's game. I definitely want to see how they light up the scoreboard. And if Tyson Bagent does play great during these preseason games, don't be surprised if any of these teams come to knocking at the Bears' door, especially before the trade deadline or even sometime next offseason on trying to get him to go play for them. Me personally, I would still try and keep the young man because as much as the team is preaching youth and speed, I mean, you never know. But if he finds any place elsewhere where he might be the starter, I think he might end up taking it. And also, do y'all know if Dio or even Grady Jarrett's going to be playing, or they're going to be going in and out of the matchup or anything like that during the game? If y'all heard anything about that, but I would say besides them, I would say like on the offensive line, I would say that Roschon Johnson, he's going to be skating off that nice. So he's kind of like the odd man out, especially with a lot of the running backs, especially with Swift shining during this off season. I don't know if he's going to be playing or anything, but and especially hopefully they'll play Britton Brown and the other running back also. But I'm just glad football's back and everything. Just ready to see how this team's going to fare, and and especially once the regular season comes and the games start counting, we're going to see what this team is made of. Year 2 of the Ben Johnson regime starts tomorrow. So let's go ahead and see it. And another thing before I go, a lot of you turnstile fans need to shut the fuck up. We need to just get excited. What's nothing wrong with being excited for your team, and especially like when these injuries started happening. A lot of people was like, "Well, Caleb went on the Madden cover, and the Madden curse." Okay, shut the fuck up with that. Okay, injuries gonna happen. If you hadn't realized that, come back down to reality. Y'all need to go outside, breathe, get some ass or something though. This stuff is him being on the Madden cover does not pertain to everybody getting hurt. These things happen. Y'all need to just go ahead on with enjoy the game and just mind your business. As always, gang, I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Have a good weekend. Chicago up, Bear down. I'll holler. It's time for Tebow.
Shout out to Milton. Hey, Milton, you went crazy, man. But hey, C-Dub, what you got for us?
Hey, shout out Milton. You got a lot of stuff in there to unpack. I'll pick a few of them out. Let's start with Caleb Williams maybe playing next game. I do think that Caleb Williams will probably play maybe a series or two next game. That's just me. But I just want to point out that Jordan Love in the Green Bay Packers thirsty ass sent Jordan Love out there and played. Uh, I thought it was just a waste of time. All he did was hand the fucking ball off. You can put the second string guy in there and let Bit Willis in there and let him hand the fucking ball off. He threw 2 passes. It was ridiculous. That was Tyrod Taylor, not Willis. They got rid of Willis, right?
Went to Miami.
Okay. Well, they look the same on the field.
Helmet on, they look the same.
They look the same. But I just thought it was just to be picking, just to be petty. I thought it was ridiculous that he played, and what he did on the field was just stupid. But anyway, also when we talk about sharing time with Dio and them coming and playing next week, I think they will play next week. That's just me. I ain't got nothing to go off of, but I just think that the starters will probably play a couple series next preseason game, maybe even probably just one. But I just think it's going to happen, and I'll let you unpack the rest of that shit.
For sure, I definitely agree with a lot of you that you said. We definitely throwing shade to the ops. It's okay. This is what we do. We don't care about their feelings. They still in their feelings. The game was in January, bro. A whole new season. Y'all still in y'all fields. It's okay. We gonna line them up on week 5. We'll see y'all at week 5 at y'all crib too. So line them up. But I think that watching these guys come out this game yesterday, I absolutely believe that we're going to see a little bit of Caleb Williams in the ones. Dio Oyendigbo did get a little bit of a burn to start the game off. He looked all right. Wasn't necessarily the greatest, but he was all right. We'll give him that. We definitely going to gauge him on a bigger scale once the season rolls around, because last year you played 8 games, only gave us 1 sack, and that's unacceptable for this season, and it was definitely acceptable last season. So we're going to definitely see that. And then the last point to Milton, where you talk about the crybabies in Bears Nation, it's okay, bro. We just got to let them cry. It's okay. They're going to bitch, complain about everything else. We're just going to let them cry. The same thing I deal with on the Bull side. We got crybabies over there too. So we just got to let the crybabies cry and just band our heads together and with the people that just want to have fun, watch the game, and turn up for the sake of Chicago Bears football. Year 2 of Ben Johnson should be exciting. Caleb Williams is definitely about to take this thing to another level in my early prediction. And we're going to see where the season takes us. You know, it's a long season. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure y'all tune in, man. But, hey, appreciate the call, Milton. C-Dub. We about to get into this last one of the day. This last one of the day is from my guy, Xavier. X. Here it is.
What's going on, guys? This is Xavier calling in, man. I just want to speak on a few things. I'm so glad that Ben Johnson is not playing these guys and not playing most of the starters and whatnot in the preseason game, bro. Like you said, bro, he sees Caleb every day, so he knows what he has to offer. And Ben seems pretty confident in this guy for the most part. So wrap these dudes in bubble wrap, man. We don't need no more injuries, bro. We got more than enough injuries right now. Don't overdo it. So I'm cool with that. But for tomorrow's preseason game, I got 4 guys I really want to speak on. And the first 2 are Ruben Hippolyte and Shamar Turner. If both of those guys are on the field, hopefully they will be. We didn't see much from Ruben Hippolyte last year. We didn't see Shamar Turner at all. I don't remember. So I'm trying to see, like, bro, like what can they have to offer? Because I mean, their spots up for grabs, and their spots are definitely up for grabs because they didn't do nothing last year. So I mean, I'm anxious to see have they improved in any way and can hold the roster spot and show that they can add value to this team, because we need help on the defense. I mean, there's no secret. We've been beating the dead horse with that, bro. We definitely need all hands on deck for the defense. The other 2 guys, I'm going to the offense. Jedrick Wills, he missed the whole year. I want to see how he looks coming back from his injury and not playing the whole year. I want to see what he can do on that line. And Caden Davis, man, I'm really anxious to see this kid. We've heard nothing but great things about him so far. In practice or whatever, I saw a practice clip or two, but I want to see him in game. I want to see him in a game, see what he can do, man. Hopefully, man, he's as good as advertised. And Tyson Bagent, it seems like they have a good connection. I mean, so it should, and that's who will be starting. So I mean, I think Caden Davis, man, I'm looking to see what he can do, man. Because if he could possibly force his way onto this roster, that'd be perfect. Because even though Luther's injury probably won't keep him out long term, it's just good to have another guy there that could fill in and add to the receiving corps. But man, let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Chicago up there.
Shout out to my man's Xavier for the call. I agree with a lot of things that you said, brother. We definitely got to watch Caden Davis yesterday really pop. He was available and making plays on offense. He was available and making plays in special teams. He was definitely a guy that was like, okay, we see why in practice and in training camp he's been the guy that's been getting a little bit of praise. And then when it comes to that left tackle battle, C-Dub, you seen it up close. I don't know how closely you was watching it, but I think that the shocker was Karan Amagaje.
He was good.
Me and Big Kev had this debate years ago, and Karan, he ain't give me nothing to lean on. Yesterday, he gave me he revived me. We came back from the dead. Mm-hmm. Karan had himself a really, really good performance. Jedrick Wills also had a good performance outside of one big time mistake to where he got just beat off of the snap and gave up a sack. But the battle between that left tackle is definitely on, and I can't wait to see how it's going to pan out. But shout out to Karan, because we thought you would not. We thought you was going to the CFL, brother. You might have a place to the NFL. Keep going.
You know what Karan showed me? That he's an actual NFL player. That's what he showed me in real life yesterday. He was okay. And that's a good start for Karan. Now he must build off that. I want to speak a little bit about Caden Davis. I thought Caden Davis was spectacular, catching with his hands, catching in all different, running wide open, catching with contact, blocking up the field. Caden was pretty terrific yesterday, especially. But here's the things. This is what I want to talk about, the things that's going up against him. First of all the bodies that's in front of him on the wide receiver depth chart. Second of all, he comes from a D2 college in Northwest Missouri State. That's a D2 college. Now, I'm all for picking up the best players. I'm all for picking the best players, but you must work your way, not from just the lineup, from that blanket, like, for lack of better words, what they call you is a D2 player. But I don't think you're a D2 player, but that is what it is. And also another thing working against him is you catching all these passes from Tyson Bagent. Let's hope you can get in there and get some snaps with Caleb Wilson. I don't know how much you could probably tell me, nephew, how much it carries if you're performing well for Tyson Bagent and him being the second string and it not being Caleb Wilson. Okay. Caleb Williams.
Well, we're gonna be messing that up all season long. Caleb Wilson, Caleb Williams. They should have had two different names. One of them should have been Caleb Brown or some shit.
Yeah.
But I think that it's important that you actually, you know what I'm saying, you just take a player for what they are and what they're doing in game reps. You can't overlook that, in my personal opinion. Obviously, it's gonna be a change if Caleb Williams is in the game. Yeah, he might get some tick, but it's going to be very, very little of that tick. So it's going to be tough for him. But I still think he made plays on special teams. That can be a calling card for him as the Chicago Bears try to navigate this roster, because it's tough.
Yeah, that fade route, that was his most impressive play coming back to. That was actually, yeah, to me, that was probably Tyson Bagent's best throw I ever seen him throw.
I mean,
Is that I'm wrong in saying that?
Probably not wrong. Probably right for sure.
Yeah, because that was a nice back shoulder pass. We're gonna talk about Tyson one of these days, bro.
For sure. But hey, man, you got anything left?
Oh no, man, girl, I'm not missing anymore. I will be on the live call next week. Make sure you're there. And shout out to Steve-O. He was crushing it. He was crushing it, bro. Shout out to my boy Steve-O.
No, the real Steve-O definitely did a hell of a job calling the game yesterday, giving it his own flavor, roasting some people, did what he had to do. But hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode, man. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We got ourselves a Bears victory yesterday, and y'all go ahead and talk about it. If you want to go ahead and be a part of the mailbag, the number to do so is 773-242-9336. If you want more in-depth NFL breakdowns, go on over and subscribe to NFL Central, where myself and Steve-O break down everything around the league. But hey, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all always love these Bears, man. And y'all already know we gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure. Chi-Town up and bet down, baby. Peace.
They had the Peanuts Day.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.